So with less than 48 hours to the elections, that was the offering from, cartoonist animator Nazir on what he would do, or what rather his character would do if given the chance to stand before the electorate and offer all the promises. Good morning and welcome to Joy News Interactive, the December 5 edition. My name is Jennifer Kwamwa, and very shortly we'll be crossing over to the MPP headquarters as Asylum down for their last press conference before the election day. But before that, it's all about the elections, the elections, the elections. That's the topmost thing on your mind. Maybe more minor, we'll also be looking at Christmas fever, and even more minor is Harmattan. Yeah, I noticed that this morning. Beautiful, hazy weather this morning. Definitely, Harmattan is in the air. So this morning, let's start really quickly with our J&I polls. And by the way, you can send us all your comments on 0560-800,000 on WhatsApp, and on Facebook and Twitter, we're at Joy News on TV. As you can see on our screens right now, that's how you can get in touch with us on Joy News Interactive. Now, don't forget, we're also streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube as well, so you can see all your comments popping up as we go through the show. Now, as I've been saying, it's our J&I poll this morning with less than 48 hours till the December 7 polls. And this morning, it's a rather intriguing one. I don't know if you've been following what's been happening on the global stage of late. The Gambian president conceding defeat, Italian prime minister tendering in his resignation, and the Angolan president as well also announcing that he will not stand for another term. So it seems the winds of political change are blowing across the continent. Should that be something that Ghanaian politicians should also be concerned about? We asked you to vote yes or no on our Facebook page earlier, and this is what you had to say. Samuel Akali says no, not at all. Joseph saying yes. Abnaso says well, they'll be free and fair, so no need to worry. Fred June July says no. Samuel Jaban says yes. Messiah Victory says, well, no. You see there's no cause for concern. Liz Alas says no. Emmanuel Auku also saying no. Kwabna Asante, change is going to come, so no real cause for concern. Michael Bunny, no. Akwesi Frimpong says, well, okay, you had to write, just asking why people are writing long messages instead of just yes or no. Abib Ishmael, and by the way, Akwesi, you didn't add a yes or no yourself. Abib Ishmael saying yes, or rather no, there is no cause for concern. Van Brooks also another no. Maxwell Jokoto saying no. Elias Samachi says why not. Ali Mohammed, yes, or rather no cause for concern. Thomas Asakari says no. Nuruwan, no. Gilbert rather saying people should go out and vote, no. And the comments just following say no, there is no real cause for concern. So that's what we're talking about on our J&I poll this morning. Seems the no's overwhelmingly taking it that there is no real cause for concern as the winds of political change sweep across the globe. You're still watching Joy News Interactive. Let's see if I can take some of your comments on WhatsApp this morning. Okay, seems my tab is not quite working, so let me find out what's happening still on Facebook. Our J&I polls messages still coming in. Jima Brown saying yes. Judicious no. Salia yes. Nana Akwesi says yes. Adamu Emmanuel saying no. Patrick K saying no. Prince Nurdin saying yes, cause for concern. Sylvester Anoche, yes. Bernadille, that's another yes. Gifty Tiwa, yes. Another yes from Austin Tai. Al Hassan saying yes. Koto saying no. Farm Brown says yes. Thomas, yes. Okay, interesting one. Media cabal, that's another phrase that's been very big this election season, the media cabal. Brimpong Kese saying yes. Another yes from Mark Amwa. Osei Martin, yes. Kojo, yes. And Ibrahim Balkon saying yes. Samuel Bache, that's another yes. So thanks so much for sending in your comments on the JNI poll this morning. Very grateful. Now we know that it is the season. In a couple of days we will be voting, and social media has been alight with messages of, you know, people either insulting their opponents on social media on various issues. But there's also been a very strong peace campaign asking people, you know, to think of the country first and not to let elections dilute the friendly relations we have with each other. And we went out on the streets to find out from you what you also have to say about, you know, standing for peace in the country. Take a look.
Hello, my name is Kwabna Baden, and you are watching Joy News Interactive. I stand for peace.
Hello, my name is Nana Dokuya. You are watching Joy News Interactive. I stand for peace.
Hello, my name is Isaac. You are watching Joy News Interactive. I stand for peace.
Hello, my name is Charles. You are watching Joy News Interactive. I stand for peace.
Hi, my name is Grace. You are watching Joy News Interactive. I stand for peace.
So those were some voices on the streets of Accra standing for peace in the run-up to this election. We're also asking you what your message encouraging others to vote will also be, because that's also another big issue on social media right now. Not just advocating for peace, but also advocating for people to vote and exercise their franchise. We went on Facebook and asked you as well what your messages for this election season are. And Franklin Chivo starting off with a long bit on not trusting politicians. He starts with, to follow politicians, to follow the lion, to hunt, you are the prey, don't die before your time. And wrapping it up with trust in God, trust in yourself, trust in your actions, don't die before your time, only support them if they give good orders. Now, on the peace messages and their relevance in this election season, Donald puts in writing, these peace messages are irrelevant. The peace accord signed by the 7 presidential candidates will amount to nothing if the election is not transparent. Before we talk of peace, we must demand justice. Prince Nuruddin says, the relevant thing that I know for now is the change that I want. Jan Ebenezer says they should talk about justice first, because the God of peace is also the God of justice. Mark say, peace, talk not about it. On radios, politicians pretend to preach peace, but on their campaign platforms, they demonstrate violence. And when they say we shan't allow ourselves to be intimidated by anybody, signifies that they will revenge if there is any occurrence. George Keowusu says, well, people must be watched very carefully. Samuel Akule says, in as much as politicians and electorates are promoting peace, I think the peace message should have been written at the front or the back of the officials who will be officiating on December 7th and the security personnel. Judicious Odro Eric says, capital no, because I don't trust words, I trust actions, so their actions will prove on December 7th election. So those are some of your messages on peace on the Facebook page, Joy News on TV. We're asking you whether you think all the peace messages that have been flooding in the run-up to the elections, if they have any real relevance, and you've been sharing your views with us on that on Joy News, on Joy News Interactive this morning. Some more of your messages coming in on WhatsApp this morning says, thank you so much, President Nazir, for all the promises that you made. And, you know, it's really made my morning. Yes, indeed. Nazir and his animated cartoons always make our day. Here's one. Peace, peace, peace. I also stand for peace. And that's from Matthew Makante in Atebubu. So that's also what you are saying. Nelson from Takwa. Okay, you're also adding your comments there on the peace message. And some questions on the special voting which occurred yesterday. Swansea also here sending in a message, I stand for peace. And JM, okay, that's, you're writing JM is the savior of Ghana. So you don't think there'll be any change, winds of change blowing around as far as the president is concerned. Quatting in Techiman saying, all around us change, and for sure we are changing. So those are some of your messages coming in on WhatsApp 0560-800,000 on Joy News Interactive. We're still talking about whether Christmas fever has, whether Christmas fever has been diluted because of the elections. Also wondering what you think on peace messages and whether they are still relevant, and all other election-related issues, because we have just about a little under 48 hours before we go to the polls. And we'll also be crossing over live to the MPP headquarters shortly to find out what is happening over there at the last MPP press conference before the December 7 polls. You're still watching Joy News Interactive. We take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Country Ghana is a peaceful country. God has blessed us with the peace we have always enjoyed. Children, let our voices be heard. Parents, politicians, people in high offices, please think about the children during this election. We are one family, one people with a common destiny. Fellow Ghanaians, let us say no to violence. We need peace in Ghana. We need peace in Ghana. Arise, Ghana, you for your country. Every shining march for your ocean. Let's dance for you now to approach and make it strong. We are all involved.
December is getting closer by the second, and Ghana as a nation should be put first. CPP, NDC, NPP, CPP. Who cares who wins at the end if it's all for the betterment of our nation? Ghana should be a country that means harmony, peace, and not chaos, disorder, and violence.
A threat to peace anywhere is a threat to peace everywhere. No matter the comfort, security, or related peace we seem to enjoy in the country today, there is no guarantee that the war and crisis we witnessed in Liberia and Rwanda can't come to spread to this our own coming election. We therefore have the responsibility to take action and ensure that there is a peaceful election this year. Thank you.
Of us who are jeering or planning to destabilize the peace of this country, I want you to have a change of heart. There is no other place for you and I to go than to enjoy the country in which we have been blessed with. It's not my prayer that we become refugees in other countries, but I believe that if you and I will take a bold step and embrace the peace that we are enjoying from the time Ghana gained its independence, believe you me, we are going to love this country, and then we are going to move forward.
Peace before, during, and after elections is very important. When there is war, mother, children, the ill ones, and then the aged are the ones who are mostly affected. Let's see in countries that are being affected by war like Sierra Leone, Liberia, Rwanda, and so many others. It takes them so many years to rebuild their country. Our nation depends on you and me. If there is anything, do not let anybody use you during this election because of money or anything. And then after voting, you can choose to go home and just await the results. And all we should be accepting is the next chosen one. Let's all accept it in good faith and keep one nation still peaceful.
For those of you who are thinking to destabilize the peace of Ghana, I'm telling you from experience that prison, it's nowhere to find yourself. The conditions that are here, they are not good enough. In fact, it is not something I would really like to talk about now because I'm with a heavy heart. So, my brothers and sisters and fellow Ghanaians, please, if you have anything in mind to destabilize the peace of Ghana, forget it. Change your mind now and think peace.
Ghana is bigger than war. Let us live at peace. Let us all enjoy the peace. Let us all live as one, with one unity. This in the election and after the election. And let's move Ghana forward. And we will all enjoy the growth of this nation. Let us think about Ghana first. For Ghana is bigger than all parties.
You may not know the value of peace until you've lost it. Some countries have taken peace for granted and they are now regretting. Their citizens are refugees in other countries suffering. We don't want that to happen to Ghana. So we as inmates, on behalf of all inmates, we are calling upon all Ghanaians to think peace, talk peace, and above all, act peace during the coming election.
You're still watching Joy News Interactive, and we're live on the Joy News channel on Multi TV, plus on DSTV channel 421, on GoTV 144, streaming live on Facebook and live on YouTube on our Joy News channel. So wherever you are, Joy News Interactive is right there. So you can send in your comments at 0560-800,000 on WhatsApp, Joy News on TV, on Facebook, and on Twitter. And we've been talking about, well, I mean, it's undeniable. We have, what, less than 2 days, less than 48 hours until the December 7 polls. And that's been top of your mind this whole morning. In fact, it'll be top of your mind until the elections are done with. So we've been asking you on Facebook, would you agree to a runoff if there was to be a runoff? We've also been asking you, our JNI poll this morning is also, we're finding out from you whether the winds of change which are blowing across the globe should also be a cause for concern for Ghanaian politicians. And, you know, even though it's less than 2 days till the elections, it's also about 20 days till Christmas. So we're trying to find out, do you think the Christmas fever has been completely drowned out by the elections? But first, we've also been asking you, your messages are for peace, you know, whether you think the inundation of peace messages that have been flooding the airwaves of late are really relevant or not. You've been commenting on that on Facebook as well. And we also did a little something, the Joy News Interactive team, asking people to stand for peace and also share their messages of peace. And some messages here as well. Here is Nijon Lansani Barkisu saying, I stand for peace. Nice one. Okay, here somebody's also here asking for, we want us to play Lucky Dube's music, the song We Cry for Peace Because We Need Peace in Our Country. So that's something which is very, very dear to your heart. Nasira from Bimbala, you're also standing for peace. Tufik Audu from Obuasi, you're standing for peace and justice from your fellow Ghanaians. And on the Nazir animation we showed earlier today, here is once a Nazir all the way. Let's stand for peace in our motherland because we have only one Ghana. Detective Cromwell from Obuasi says the peace of this country cannot be ruined by politicians. Ghanaians should rise up, for we have only one Ghana. And you've tagged it hashtag peace. Coletus from Saula, hashtag standing for peace is my ultimate priority, and you're wishing all the candidates good luck. Danny Boy in Kofridia, You're here with Kobe Richards and you're saying hashtag we stand for peace. Charles from Techiman says first for peace, second for change, and third for Nana. Well, at least you put the peace first. And here is Victor from Tema. You're just thanking us for keeping you updated with everything happening. Well, at Joy News, that's exactly what we're supposed to do. That's our priority as your election headquarters. You see Rayan Muri from WA saying yes to peace. I saw one also here from TJ in the US saying what we need is peace, and may the Almighty Allah keep the peace we are enjoying. Amen and amen. So let's go back to our JNI polls. We've been running it all morning. Let's find out whether you think the winds of political change blowing across the world should be any cause for concern for Ghanaian politicians. And we can read some of those messages on Facebook right now. Okay, well, these ones we've read earlier on whether the peace messages are relevant or not. Donald Putin coming in saying that, okay, so let's scroll down rather. That's the next issue, scrolling down. So yes, here's our JNI poll. It's already been shared 3 times, about 114 comments. Fred Junjula, I've read yours. You've said no to that already. Okay, let's just stop here. Michael Bunny says, well, it's time for change over the world. So, yes, there's probably some cause for concern. Akwesi, okay, you added that comment about people writing long messages. Okay, let's just scroll down a bit further because these we've read already. Maxwell Jokoto, okay, let's just pause. Maxwell Jokoto saying, okay, no there. Elias Amachi says no. Another no over there. Roger Haruna saying no cause for concern. Victor E saying yes, it's probably a cause for concern. Dauni A. Fusaini says yes. Jima Brown, yes. You've also put a yes over there. Let's scroll down for more messages on Facebook, how you voted, whether you think when the winds of change blowing across the continent should be a source of concern for Ghanaian politicians. Judicious saying no doubt, as it happened in the US, so definitely yes. Salia Brian Adams II, another yes. Nana Akwesi saying yes. Adamu Emmanuel saying no. Patrick K. Redu saying yes. Prince Nurdin, okay, you're back. I think we have to put a disclaimer that you can only vote once. Sylvester Noche saying yes. Ben Nadi saying no. Tiwa Gifty, yes. Austin Tay, another yes. Al Hassan Babana, you're also saying yes. So let me read a couple of those before we go on to our WhatsApp page. More yeses and no, so it's definitely a mixed bag today. I'll come back to the JNI poll shortly for more of your views. But here on WhatsApp, you're also sending your messages of peace. Entry saying we need peace, but it all depends on the EC. If the general votes are not going to be like the special ones, the EC is responsible for our peace. So that's entry. Ibrahim from Tamale says, yes, I am for peace, but there should also be justice. And here we go. On the winds of change, saying no, there's no threat at all for Ghanaian politicians. But yes, you're adding that it is a cause for concern. Gideon Kisi, Jay Atinkwetia, and Collins Yobwa, you're also adding your voice and standing for peace. Okay, let's not call the WhatsApp line. Just send in your messages on 0560800000. And okay, I think Ghanaians need to understand that the peace we're currently enjoying is priceless, and once it is lost, it will be difficult to come by. What could motivate an individual to go after his political opponents in violence? And that's from Yakubu Ibn Chambers at Bolgatanga. So more peace messages coming in. Teresa Ganata says, I'm for peace, let's unite for this peace. Change is blowing everywhere. That's from Nanama also saying, I stand for peace. Desmond from Zwarungo, peace we need during and after the election, and we have to remember Ghana first. So that's also your point of view. Everyone sending in your messages concerning the elections. We have just under 2 days before we go to the polls. So it's a big topic on social media, every single social media platform. WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, emo, everywhere. That's what we're talking about in Ghana. It's hashtag elections 2016, and you can follow all the trends on hashtag election headquarters. And that's for Joy 99.7 FM and Joy News on TV. Here's one: we can only have peace if we love one another. Indeed. The wind, okay, Kwating is back, says we're all involved in building another land in our motherland, and I am for a peaceful election. We need 100% peace. Let's make steady, my brothers and sisters. And that's Rashid from Zibila. Sule from Tamale also writing, your message says, please, we need peace during, before, and after the elections, and I stand for peace. So more peace messages coming in, and also on the winds of change blowing across the globe, political winds of change, that is, and whether you think there should be a cause for concern for Ghanaian politicians as they're wrapping up their campaigns before December 7. Now, here's another one, says Muzaffar from Kumasi. Okay, Assalamu alaikum. I'm for peace, and being a Muslim makes me proud. I'm maintaining peace before, during, and after the elections. Love for all and hatred for none. Now, you know, we did post a little earlier asking you whether you thought the numerous peace messages were relevant or irrelevant. But from what I'm seeing here on WhatsApp, all the messages flooding in, you definitely think that standing for peace and coming out boldly that you're standing for peace is a very important thing to do during this pre-post election season. Now, let's see. We need Ghana means peace, 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 peace. We need change seriously. Okay, now.